Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
Shark, there's a new trend in work and quitting and work ethic. This time it's called coffee badging. And the general premise is people who are remotely working are coming into the office for their required day at work or multiple days at work, but they're only coming in and clocking in long enough to prove they were there, basically long enough to have a cup of coffee, and then leaving and heading back home instead of working there for the whole day. So, what's your take on this interesting trend?
It's not a new trend. It's just got a new label. People have been doing this forever. It's just, this has really become an event because of two things. One, people are having to go back to work and people are not feeling like they're part of their jobs. They didn't feel like it was before, but you also didn't have TikTok and Instagram that were as big as they are today, mainly because, Gen Z, for example, has been all over this, and the younger millennials, because they put a hashtag to it. So basically, this is a trend, but people have been doing stupid stuff like this for years. Now, the bigger issue is, one, if you have a job where you're not needed any more than the little bit of time that they showed you getting a cup of coffee, you need a new job anyway.
Yeah.
Two, you got to still get in the mindset that you need to be there to serve someone else's paycheck. Work is not fun. It's work. It can be more fun. You can find a better job, but I'm not there to simply rip somebody else off, show up, have a cup of coffee, and then go hide in a corner and disappear. If my job stinks, I'm going to go find another job. I get that this is an issue where we feel distant. People don't feel like they've achieved their purpose in their jobs. But I don't also I never became so reliant on that purpose, which might have helped me a little bit. I never aligned my job to be fully aligned with my purpose. And I think that's a fallacy that too many people fall into over and over. But you do this kind of thing later in your career, not early on. You work your butt off, then you get those promotions, you move up, and then you can enjoy some of the good spoils of your labor. You don't get to do that on the front end and be recognized and somebody want to hire you. If your goal is to just melee through the middle and not really achieve much, yeah, so be it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the original thought you had, I'm fully on board with that. I don't think this is actually that big of a trend. I think it's just something for the hashtags to pick up on social media and for the mainstream media to have a story to fill up some time. I just highly doubt there's that many people that are really increasing this kind of behavior. But it really
Oh,
comes
I,
down.
I I've got a longer career than you. I knew plenty of lazy people who came in, didn't do a lot, even when it wasn't called quiet quitting. You know,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's what it comes down to is what kind of employee do you want to be and what are your own goals? But really it's an integrity issue because if you're going to cheat somebody at work, then you're most likely going to cheat somebody in your life outside of work. So I think it just calls for more of a deeper look in your own heart and realizing, okay, who am I and what's important to me? And is what I'm saying is important? Is that actually showing up in all my actions in every area of my life? Now, from a management perspective, yeah, there's always need for making sure your employees are well taken care of and everybody's on board and doing all the right things. Now, that you don't get to have the free pass on that, but you also there's just no way that everybody is going to be happy all the time if you're a manager. You're going to have some people that are going to be lazy no matter what, some people are going to complain no matter what, and some people who are going to work really hard no matter what. So I think it's just doing the best you can with each of those demographics.
well, there's two big challenges to me. One, work companies are going to have to find a better way to engage their employees. They've not done a good job over many careers. It's part of why I went the way I go now in my career and what I do. But fundamentally, the other issue just comes with yourself and your heart. Do I feel like I'm going to quiet quit or not hardly work on myself as a solopreneur? I don't do that. I can't do that. I was the same way when I worked for a company. I chose not to work for a company anymore but now I'm working, just as hard, if not harder, because that's who I am. And I want to provide a good value and a service, not because I just want to come in and enjoy my coffee at home. So
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.